Justin, what's up, my man?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Doing good. I can hear you. I just can't see you.
I'm working on that. This one.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Big Jay in the house. Here we go.
What's
Jay.
up?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing phenomenal. How you feeling today?
Pretty good, man. I just got out of the gym not too long ago, so I got a nice little workout in.
Got the mid pump. We're ready for the weekend, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really do anything on the weekends, but yeah.
Okay, cool, man. So, Jay, tell me a little about yourself. Like, what do you currently do?
Right now, I just finished working at the gym, so I'm a personal trainer, just doing online coaching. Later this week, I'm going to be checking out a gym, kind of in Gardena. It's a private gym. They don't have members. It's really just trainers and clients. So the few clients that I will be having in person, that's where I'll be doing my one-on-ones with them. And then outside of that, man, I really just I'm a power lifter too. So I'm just really in the off season right now, but next week I'll be 10 weeks out, 11 weeks out. So that's starting to pick up. So I'm really just focused on school, powerlifting, and then training. That's it.
Awesome, man. Where are you going to school at?
Platt College. It's it's a kind of like a hybrid school in Anaheim.
Okay, cool, man. What are you studying there?
Business management.
All right, let's go. All right. You said you're about 10 to 12 weeks out from your meet?
Yeah, I'm about, I think next week it'll be 11 weeks. I got to look at my program, but I'm 11 weeks out. So July 15th, there'll be my first competition. That'll be in Marysville, California.
Very cool. What's the calories up to right now for that?
I'm horrible at counting my calories, man. I really try to make sure I get 3 meals a day in, at least 2 protein shakes, and I eat like 8 eggs every morning. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm at least full, I guess, got the energy to work out.
Yeah, 100%. So how many in-person clients do you typically service?
Right now, I only have 3.
Okay, what are you charging for those in-person?
Right now, $12.50.
$12.50 a month?
Correct.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. And then you said you have a couple online people as well, right?
Yes, I have 2 that are just strictly online. And then I have 3 that are in person and they do online. So pretty much I do it depending on what they have in their program or what their goals are. It's at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, depending on if they missed one last week or whatever client it is. But I usually see them like twice a week, which is why I'm trying to figure out the whole situation with the private gym that I'm going to. Because I used to do it at the gym that I was working at, but I'm no longer there. So this upcoming week, that's like my priority, is to kind of figure out where I'm going to be training my end person clientele without having to like commit to a gym. So I've been looking for like that private gym setting.
Okay, cool. Now, what are you charging your online people?
My online people, it's $8.50. So if they're doing the one-on-one coaching, it's $8.50. If they're just doing the programs themselves with me, like if they just buy the program with no one-on-one, it is, depending on the actual program. I have one that's like $150, I have one that's $180, and then I have one that is $320.
Okay, cool.
I think it depends. That one I'm still working on, the actual programming where they can just buy the automated programs and it has nothing, and there's no one-on-one involved. It's just like they get access to the app and then they get the program. There's no like one-on-ones or anything like that.
Cool. So you said the app. What app are you using right now to get that to your clients?
We Strive.
Okay, cool. Strive. All right. So what's our long-term goal? Are we looking to still like be a hybrid trainer where we're doing in-person and online, like a hybrid style? Or are we looking to eventually go full-time online?
I do like training in person. I feel like I can build more rapport that way, and it's more like personal that way. I mean, I guess going completely online would be cool, but I feel like it's, for me, being able to do a little bit in person and a little bit online is more just kind of like my style.
Yeah.
Because like long term, I don't plan on being a trainer forever. It's really just about kind of like building a community right now, because I would like to open up my own gym at some point. So I want to be able to be personal in person and not just kind of like be an online coach, if that makes sense.
100%. Yeah. I then I was training about 40 clients a week, 2 to 3 times a week, and I was charging about $150 per session out here. So I was making from like 4:30 in the morning to about 8:30 at night. So it was like a ton of work. So eventually I had to start like transitioning because I got kids and a wife. So I started keeping like high ticket, like the ones that I really enjoyed working with. I keep them on board, and everyone else I kind of shove off to online. But I'd frame it like I was doing them a favor. Like, hey man, you're doing great. Then we need to take the training wheels off. I'm actually going to save you some coin this way. We're going to put you on my, 8-month program or whatever the case may be. And they were with it. And then I just keep like a revolving door, like the high ticket people, they'd give me referrals. I keep them for like 2 to 4 months, depending on how fast they picked up. Then I transition them to online. And eventually I had enough referrals where I could just be like, hey, we're going online fully. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So eventually, man, in order to get that time back, like I wanted time and I wanted the flexibility. So that's how I ended up going full-time online. Saved me quite a bit of time. But you're right, man. Like in person, there's just another level of a human element involved to it, man. But after a while, like I'm 40, man, I'm 41. So I didn't want to be a trainer forever either. So I was like, this is my way out.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel that. I'm kind of the same way with like the first set of like in-person training clients that I have, because it's really just about trying to teach them how to actually like do the things that they don't understand, and then like cycling those, like, because I try to keep it between like 3 to 6 clients in person, no more. That way it doesn't take up too much of my time, because those 3 to 6 in-person clients are like you said, like they're the ones that are paying the big bucks. So I'm trying to transition them out like every 3 to 4 months and get a new set of 3 to 6. That way I'm not like stuck with those same people. Now they're just on my online program every 2 months, like, just doing a checkup with them. Like, okay, what are your goals now? Like, what do you want to get to now? Like, are we still working towards this, or do we need a new goal now? And then it's really at that point, just online. And every once in a while, if they need that like one-on-one, then cool, you can pay for that one-on-one. But I'm trying to cycle it out towards like every 3 months, I have a new set of like clientele in person. And yeah, it just keeps it fresh that way.
Yeah, that, and you can just get a ton more referrals too, because more people are experiencing you. They talk about you. I love that, man. What do you feel like is the biggest challenge to get this thing up and running for you the way that you want it?
Lately, it was really just my time, not being able to like invest as much time into it, which is one of the reasons why I just kind of like left the gym and just went completely solo dolo. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't really hit like an obstacle yet, or like a wall yet, because I've got a buddy. He's doing like the same thing. Kind of, we like feed off of each other. We like on the weekends we'll pick like different cities, or like I can't say states. We're not doing that yet, but we definitely go to like different cities. We'll be up north. So this weekend we're going to Irvine. Next weekend is my birthday weekend, so we're just gonna chill that weekend. But the following weekend we'll be up in like LA, like Koreatown and stuff like that. And so we just try to like, get our faces out there and network, in a sense. Realistically, we're just kind of like out and about, bumping into people, just kind of like catching a vibe and just getting our platform out there. Like for me, I'm noticing that when I do these networking things and I meet more people, it's more so like it's just referrals, just off of like word of mouth, rather than like the actual experience of me training them. And that's what's been getting me my clientele so far. Like even my barber hit me up, like, he's been seeing my like content, and he's like, I saw him 2 days ago. Yeah, I saw him 2 days ago, and literally he's cutting on my hair and just asked me a bunch of questions. And I just said, hey man, just send me your last name and your email and I'll get you set up this weekend. So it's really just like the way that I'm kind of getting myself out there is just every weekend I'm like going to a different city, different major mall, or like a different event. I'm going to start going to fitness expos next month. So
Cool.
That'll be just like another way to like really just kind of like get the name out there. And I think because I'm not necessarily trying to go completely online, that's playing in my benefit, to where like people who like genuinely need like that actual like first like month of like me being there, teaching them and like kind of holding their hand till they get the hang of it, is what's going to give me my clientele that want to stay online with me, or that want to be in person with me for a couple more months. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I know at some point I'm going to hit a wall where it's like there's only so many more referrals I can get without actually like, how do I say, I don't want to say broaden my reach, but like I'm going to hit a wall of like how many people that I can reach in person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yep.
But like, I feel like I'm not there yet, and I don't want to like let that like be what clouds my judgment on what I got going so far. So it's just kind of like, I don't feel like I have a real obstacle yet, but I'm trying to prepare myself for that obstacle, if that makes sense. Like I see it in the distance, but it's not there yet.
Yeah, you want to maximize until we hit it.
Exactly. I want to take full advantage of like it's like when you first start playing spades, they call it beginner's luck. You win like your first 5 games, you're like, oh, it's beginner's luck. Well, yeah, I'm going to take every win I can. But until then, I'll take it.
Cool. even more. So the more events you go to, the more the converting from online to in person. Kill two birds with one stone. One, it's going to show us how to get more clients specifically to you. Especially, you know, you're obviously in the California area. That's a huge area that we can like take a lot of advantage of, right? So we can bring more people pushing to you. Maybe more people reach out and want to meet up. You can do more meet and greets. You can do more type of like initial assessments, things of that nature to like really get your name out there even more. So more brand awareness. Awesome. Cool, man. Like, what do you feel like is like something that you feel like you could use help with though, outside of that?
I guess it's not necessarily a help, it's more of a want. Like, because I'm an athlete, I guess at some point I would like to be like sponsored in order to like get my name out there more, or just kind of have more value built to my name. Cause like,
Sure.
I understand that over time, like my training business will have its own value based on the testimonies of like other people. But I think that what would expedite that would be if like I had essentially someone to support me, or someone to how do I guess elevate me, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of put me in a position to where when people see the big name, I'm the representative of that big name. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, who is this guy type thing? You know what I'm saying? So versus just kind of like taking those baby steps myself and like building it myself. But I know at some like in the beginning, like that's what it takes. You know, I have to like show the grit, show the grind that I'm doing it myself, so that I'm like worthy of being on that like pedestal for them to be like, okay, cool, he's one of us.
Yeah. For sure, man. Cool. So what do you feel like you're looking for from like a business coach or a mentor?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm not really looking for one. If we're being completely honest, I'm not like going out of my way looking for one, but like I'm always like all ears to like to hear what I guess a business mentor has to offer, or what guidance they would have for me, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So with that being said, sounds like you got some things that are going great for you. You've already got a nice game plan. What's the motivation behind being on a call with one like with NLCA? Like, what do you feel like you would want to get from NLCA? How do you think this like benefit your business?
I don't know. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to figure out. Like one thing that I never want to do or never want to be is just kind of like become stagnant, or just be like closed-minded. You know what I'm saying? So like when I got the DM, and it was just kind of like, you know, like giving me an opportunity to learn something, or kind of like see what you guys have to offer, like I'm always gonna say yes to that, because it's like it's kind of like I'm a client essentially, you know what I'm saying? Like you might be able to sell me on whatever information it is that I feel like I need in that moment, you know what I'm saying? So if the value is provided, if the information is provided, and I feel like that's the missing piece to my puzzle, then by all means I'll jump right into it. But it's more so that like I'm not gonna pass up an opportunity because of like a fixed mindset. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So like
100%.
yeah, like I would much rather like make the connection, learn something, or at least like just make the bare minimum connection. And then if 6 months down the road, I finally hit that wall, it's like, all right, cool. Like I know exactly who to call because I've already gotten that information. I've already gotten that window of opportunity. If it's still there, yeah, I would take advantage of it. But it's more so that like I would rather listen and kind of see how things are like being done already from someone who's already successful, or someone who's already been down that path or crossed those bridges, rather than just kind of be like, oh, I got it, whatever. Like that's never been my style. I like to just be a sponge and soak up as much information as possible. So
I agree with that. Real quick, what certifications do you currently have?
just the ISSA.
Okay, cool. So our program actually is backed by ISSA. So that'd be continuing education credits, by the way. So that'd be lines up really nicely. We're backed by ISSA, NASM, and ACE. So three of the biggest certification companies in the world. As far as the business side of things go, what are you using for payment systems right now?
WeStrive has its own like invoice system. So I do everything through there. I originally started on Trainerize. I started on Trainerize, and they had like Stripe, and then I was using Square, and then I had Zelle. I have other options for payments, you know, just in case someone like doesn't have like how am I gonna put this? Like if they wanted to pay a different way rather than like the invoice or something like that, I've got like Zelle, Stripe, and all this other stuff, all the other apps and stuff like that, Square. But I do everything usually through WeStrive.
Okay, cool. And do you already have your LLC and all that stuff set up as well, your financial systems?
No, that's actually something I'm working on this month. So this month, so I just launched literally like maybe like a week and a half ago. So like it's very fresh. I'm really like in the midst of like working out all the kinks and trying to like get it like perfected. So like I'm working on my YouTube, I'm working on like my video productions, I'm working on like my professional photos, headshots and stuff like that, just so that my website is completely up to par. I'm also working on the LLC for like the brand name because not this week, because this week is gonna be my birthday week, so I'm just kind of like trying to chill. The next week, I'll be working on like merch and stuff like that, so that way I have like a brand to go with the things that I'm doing. But I want to try and get that. Sorry, I want to try and get that LLC first before I like start putting out merch and things like that.
Okay, yeah, cool, man. Makes sense. I like it. Cool. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna share my screen with you. I'm gonna go over a brief presentation, okay? And then after that, we'll go into all things NLCA. All right, so after the end of
Okay.
this, we'll answer all your questions. If you're like, yeah, this actually has more than what I thought, we'll talk about it. If you're like, nah, man, I'm straight, I'll send you with some resources, whatever it is you need. Cool?
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, my man. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yep.
All right, cool. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. This is kind of a big deal. We're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a quality rating of an A out of a possible A+. As mentioned earlier, we're backed by 3 of the biggest certification companies in the world. As far as the success ladder goes, we've got 2 tiers. We've got certified coach, we've got mastery level. Certified coach is great for individuals such as yourself who already got some skin in the game, already have certifications, but they want to grow their online presence. The information in this course can get us from 0 up to 20K per month in as little as 6 months if so desired. Mastery levels for individuals that are already at that 20K a mark threshold. They're trying to get to that 7 figures. They're kind of removing themselves from the coaching aspect and becoming more of a CEO of their own program, if that makes sense. So where we're currently at, we're really focusing on certified coach. Would you agree?
Yes.
Cool, man. I meant to ask you too, what are you bringing in monthly right now with your in-person and online, like combined?
About 4.
4. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. All right. As far as the program itself, it's going to be 6 months long. We're really going to focus on getting you a successful, thriving business off the ground. But more importantly, we're going to show you how to become a marketing guru so we make sure we attract the right type of clients that gives us the right type of sustainable income. And more importantly, we'll show you how to make your first couple of hires to delegate other tasks. You can focus on other things that are more important. As far as the support side of things go, you'll have an assigned one-on-one coach. That individual is someone that you had mentioned that you want to talk to that's battle tested. They've been through both certified and mastery level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business of their own built off this course information. You'll have a private game planning call with that individual to really review where you want to get to in the most fast and most efficient way to get there. And then every 2 weeks, you'll have private one-on-one Zoom calls to go over the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, and then get very specific instructions on what you need to execute for the next 2 weeks. 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate a traditional 9 to 5. So this would be going over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset issues, you name it, we deep dive into it. Then you'll have 24/5 tech support as well outside of those game planning calls, so you can ask them as many questions as you'd like. This is kind of cool. A lot of individuals actually like this. We've provided what we call the Zenpreneur method. Essentially, when you start becoming an entrepreneur, it's awesome, but it's overwhelming at times. So we help with like mindset calls, breathwork, and meditation sessions, just to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward with your business. As far as the resources go, you'll have the certified coach course curriculum. You'll have the Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. We'll give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific upgrades in certain parts of your program. And we do offer an optional online certification for those that do not have a certification as well. Any questions on that so far?
Mm-mm.
All right, cool. The program itself is 59 total modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos, so you can always watch. The first thing we want to focus on is how we get your first client in 21 days through us. This is what we call our activation point. Okay, so right now, 73% of our students get their client in month 1. On average, it's taking them 1 week. So the individuals that have their first client in month 1, by the end of month 4, are averaging 8K per month. Okay, so that's doubling. Think of where you could be at. Certified Coach Directory, I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. The success roadmap takes you by 5K increments on what you need to do to reach certain levels of success. So from 0 to 5K, what do you need to execute? 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. Very detailed. Again, comes with video, so there's no guesswork. I'm going to skip over the certification aspect because you're solid there. We move into the mindset lifestyle module. We just want to ensure you're in a good headspace to move forward. So we provide resources for that. We've also identified the top 10 struggles that majority of fitness entrepreneurs face, but we've also provided solutions. Target setting, we're going to create your 3-year vision. your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision, administration systems. I know you said that you have this pretty much dialed in, but I will just kind of cover over a couple of things. What are you using for people to book calls with you right now?
We just use phone calls, like actual phones. Like I'll get their phone number because that's how I put them in my system.
Okay, cool. So we do other stuff. Do you guys have like do you already have client agreements set up and stuff like that as well?
No, I'm working on documents right now. So everyone that I have as a client right now, I've actually talked to in person. So we've already met, like we have some type of rapport built already. So now when it comes to people that I haven't met, like that's one of the reasons why I haven't put my website up, because I don't have like a contract for them to sign for like liability, yada, 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 stuff like that. So that's something that I'm working on while I'm doing the LLC.
100%. So we actually help you with that. You can actually utilize our stuff. Then you just obviously swap out your own name, but we use Typeform accounting for people to be able to book calls with you. I think that you mentioned you use Strive for your apps that you want to utilize to upload all of your programming and all of your nutrition. To give you some context on the overview links, every module will have one of these. So for instance, on this one, this will take you in very written tutorial style on exactly how to set everything up step by step. So there's zero guesswork behind there. And then I know that you have this set up by yourself already, but just to give you some context on the videos, let's pretend you're going to use Wave for payments. This was very tutorial style as well. So there's zero guesswork behind it. Same thing with your financial systems. I know this is something you said you're starting to work on. We actually show you step by step how to set up your LLC, how to get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, when to pay quarterly taxes, when to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, business liability insurance, health insurance, you name it, we go over it in very vivid detail. So it can save you quite a bit of time there. From there, we move into identifying your ideal challenge. This is basically stating what problem does your program solve for individuals. Now, right now you have roughly 5 clients and you're bringing in about 4K. So this next one's going to lead into pricing. Okay, so really understanding how much value that you bring. Is your program a more do it for you, do it with you, do it yourself program? The more that you do for individuals, the higher the ticket offer. The higher the ticket offer will be established upon your length of terms. We help you create that. We help with the structure of your pricing. We even teach you how to create downsells and discounts. Then we move into marketing. So we'll give you 8 different lessons to really maximize your marketing capabilities, so you feel a little bit more comfortable. But we're going to show you how to market for all things Instagram related, all the way down to the hashtag use. So it's more than just 4 or 5 posts a day. There's actual legitimate strategies behind this. So we'll show you how to utilize that. We'll show you also how to maximize everything Facebook related. And we'll even show you how to market and maximize everything for TikTok as well. Have you ever heard of Canva? Do you use Canva?
I don't know what it is.
Okay, so I'm going to show you what this is. If you've ever seen pictures like this is what they call infographics. This is just a really good way to professionalize your content, have your page have more of like an aesthetic look to it. So think of your page as like a storefront. So if someone's walking by, you want to entice them to come in your store to kind of click on seeing what you've got available. This is what this is really good for. It's also really good for branding and logos as well. From there, we move into lead generation. I know right now you get the majority from like referrals. We believe there's 6 different ways to create leads. The first of which is what we call earned media. This is like inbound marketing. We give you 11 strategies to bring more people specifically to you. From there, we're going to move into conversation and calls, which is outbound marketing. It's you reaching out to individuals first. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, we'll show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms and how to build and nurture these relationships. Now, outbound marketing is not only DMing, it's also getting really strategic with your local community. So for instance, my wife's in healthcare. I'll go do free seminars for them because healthcare workers are some of the most unhealthiest people. So it's a really warm lead and I get about 10 to 15 leads every single time. Another example is, which I'll show you here later in this presentation, but there is one where it's called Certified Coach Affiliate Strategy. But my point is I'm using local community. So I'm partnered with a local supplement company here. I have my clients on specific supplementation. That supplement company in return will give me 30 referrals a month because I'm supporting their business. So I always have extremely warm leads at all points in times. Cool. From there, we have the referral strategy, which you know all about this. Friends, families, coworkers, talking about how amazing you are, right? We'll give you 6 different lessons to incentivize people to bring you even more referrals. From there, when you're hitting about 6K per month, we're going to teach you how to bring on an appointment setter. This would be the individual that does all of your DMing for you, booking all of your calls. We'll show you how to hire them. We'll show you how to manage them on a day-to-day basis. And we'll give you resources on how to track their level of efficiency to make sure they're doing their job the right way. really first taste of being a boss over somebody. Then when you're hitting about 8 to 10K per month, we're going to teach you how to run ads on Facebook and Instagram. So everything that you need to know about running ads, this is when business starts really getting fun, because it's how you get to be known internationally. I know that's something that you really want, right? You want to expand that outreach. So we'll show you how to maximize that opportunity there. From there, we have owned media. This is all things email or subscription-based marketing. So I want you to think of like Facebook groups, YouTube, podcasts, anything involved with a subscription or an email. We are going to show you how to take full advantage of it and get you more people. From there, we have certified coach affiliate strategy. This is the one I was kind of talking to you about, but you're going to have quite a few clients, but we're going to have a handful that you consider like your rock star A+ clients, the ones that are just killing it. We want to utilize them. We want them to post on their social media about you to bring in more brand awareness. Utilize them as brand ambassadors. So if there's someone's on the edge of figuring program, you can actually speak to individuals and you get a different perspective from someone that took your program and got awesome results. Another example, as I mentioned earlier, is utilizing your local communities, like I do with that supplement company. Sales overview and fundamentals. A lot of trainers hate being known as salesmen, but if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to learn to love this. We're going to give you 10 different lessons to really maximize your sales capabilities, because we're going to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's kind of a soft call just to figure out if you really want to work with that person, can you actually solve their problem? And they're trying to look at you to see if you're actually the guy that's going to get them the results they're looking for. We'll give you show rate protocols, and we'll also give you real-time examples with our coaches, which will lead us to that closing call. We're going to do a lot of objection handling. We're trying to close down that lead. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. Creating financing options will be a game changer for your company. For people who normally couldn't afford it, we find a way to get them in. And then follow-up procedures, and again, how to lock down that lead for good. Once we lock down that lead, we want to track your sales progress. We want to make sure there's predictable data every single month, so we always know what's coming in. We'll give you resources for that. Onboarding process, that weird transition from the sales call to now they're your client. You got their money, you're building out their program. What happens in the meantime? How can you keep them engaged? Keep this an exciting moment for them. It's like their first 30 days in your program. Client delivery, you're a master at this, the week-to-week process and how you're delivering services, communication styles, making sure you created a smooth, efficient program for them to understand, but more importantly, giving them a customized roadmap, showing them a vision on what they can expect and how to get there based upon their unique skills, disabilities, abilities, you name it. Outside of that communication, no matter how great of a trainer you are, I'm sure we've all experienced this. People are going to ghost you. They're going to quit. They're not going to listen. How do we get them to like execute at a high level again? Typically when they're doing this, they want more community. They want to be a part of something larger. They want more touch points with you. They want to be able to contact you more than just on your cell phone, right? Some of them want challenges. Some of them want to be able to talk shit about leg day with other people that you train. They just want to have a larger base to reach out to. And some, believe it or not, just want to be incentivized to do what's already expected of them. So we give you resources and strategies behind that as well. Customer support, the not so fun side of things, cancellations, refund requests. How can we mitigate these issues for the upcoming months? Retention. So retention is crucial for any trainer, right? We want to keep people for long periods of time, but we want to advance them to higher levels of your programming. We give you strategy and tracking resources for that. And then when you're hitting about 10 to 12K per month, we're going to teach you how to bring on a virtual assistant. This will be the person that does all of your back-end administration work for you. So we show you how to hire them. We show you how to manage them. We show you how to track their level of efficiency. And we give you our resources on where to find them when you're ready to make that specific hire. Now, when you're hitting about 12 to 15K per month and you want to scale up higher, you need to bring on an assistant coach. This will be the individual that works directly underneath you. They take on their own clients. You get paid a portion. So whoever we bring on, they need to match your values, your goals, your morals. They need to be aligned with your company vision. So we'll show you how to maximize that, how to keep them motivated, and more importantly, keep them aligned with your company vision. Did a lot of talking, do a quick recap, and we'll answer any questions you got. Cool? All right, program itself is 6 months long. You have your customized game planning call, that private one-on-one coach the whole 6 months. You'll have one-on-one private coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have a private Facebook community and CEO trainings, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support. You'll have the business course curriculum as well. Anything you feel like we're missing here?
Nope.
All right. What are we thinking now that you got to see all this?
That was a lot. There was a couple things in there that I was actually kind of like, okay, that makes sense. I like that. Yeah, it's a lot to process. I'm like 50-50 with it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like 50-50. Like
So obviously there's some things that you've already got a good grip on, right? So you've got certain pieces of the puzzle. The thing that we're going to do is help you put that puzzle together, right? So there are certain areas that you already have done, but can we make it more efficient? Absolutely. Can we get it done a lot faster? Absolutely. How long right now have you been in business on your own?
2 weeks.
So like you've been
3
training
weeks.
though for how long have you been training though, like in totality?
Oh, okay. I'm going over my first year.
On your first year. Okay. So how long have you been at this 4K threshold right now?
2 weeks. Like I literally just started. So like when I worked at the gym, I wasn't getting the money I was making, if that makes sense.
No, it
So
totally
I was only
does.
seeing like, you said what?
No, exactly. I said I totally makes sense what you're about to say. Working for a gym, I get it.
Yeah, like I'm only getting 10% of like the money that I'm bringing in. So I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like the gym's not selling this stuff. I'm selling this stuff. I'm the valuable thing here. So as soon as I got that game, I was like, all right, cool. I might as well just go on by myself. So I'm literally like 2 weeks in, like wet behind the ear still, just got my business up and like I'm building still. So I would say I haven't even gone through my first month of being an entrepreneur by myself with my own business. So this is my first month and I'm already hitting about like 4K and some change.
Yeah, I love that. So the great thing about this is because we're talking in-person trainer to in-person trainer. So initially you're going to have a spike in business because the majority of the people you're getting are from previous clients or referrals, right? That's how I build a huge chunk of it. The problem with that is once that dwindles, you can keep and maintain that 4K. But what we're going to need to be able to do is impact and get other people excited that don't know who you are. That's going to be the real thing on how successful you are in business. There's a lot of in-person trainers that if they keep to just in person, yeah, they make good livings. But the ones that have actually tried to transition to online on their own hasn't been sustainable for long periods of time because there's going to, again, be resources and strategy to people that you've never met before. And there's also going to be small, intricate details inside of the business aspects as far as systems and processes and things of that nature. So could you probably get this done on your own? Probably, but will it take you about 3 to 4 times longer? Probably, because you're coming from someone that actually experienced it. Questions for me so far?
How much would it cost me if I got started?
We're going to go through that, but I want to show you something really quick because you're an in-person trainer. Okay, I'm going to show you 2 testimonials. Okay, Charlotte right here, in-person trainer making 40K a year, went through us. After 6 months, contracted over 200K. She's now making 70K a month as a CEO. So she's what I'd call our top 10% or someone that just went crazy with it. So, you're an in-person trainer right now. That's kind of why I shared that one. Another in-person trainer, Zach, he started in June 2021, in-person trainer, 15 times his income. He's a 7-figure earner, doesn't really coach anymore. He has a whole team underneath him. He's kind of like just the CEO. He's just a guy running the show. Okay. So people just like you that look just as good as you. You got a great look to you, man. You speak really well. You got a great personality. You got the intangible things for in-person, right? I have the same thing, right? But we want to make sure we can build your presence outside of that. So someone that doesn't get to experience, your energy, your good looks, all these things, how are you going to sell them without that stuff, right? We're going to show you how to do that, right? Cool, man. Any questions outside? Oh, I want to share this with you really quick too. So people that stay with us 12 months have 97 clients on their roster. These people that have 97 clients are averaging $366,000 a year. Okay. Just imagine if you sold each client at a minimum, let's just say $400 a client. If you had 97 clients, that's $38,000 a month. Okay. So that's the average after 12 months with us. And right now, our students are rating the program a 4.5 out of 5 on average. The other thing I want to show you really quick, other students who hit a 10K a month, it takes them on 13 weeks on average. Just over 90 days, you could actually be having sustainable 10K plus months. So you got a lot of great stuff going. Not going to front, man. You got a great thing going, but you're just in those initial stages. So think what you could do with the actual appropriate help with the people that have been through it. Cool. The man says he wants to know about prices. Let's get to it, man.
There's man. Come on. Sales is part of the game too, man. I get it. Let's just get to the bread and butter of it.
All right, we're gonna rip this Band-Aid off, man. It's only $100,000 in the left kidney, man. That's it. No, I'm playing, man. There's a payment plan of $7,500. There's a paid in full option that saves you $700 at $6,800. Out of those two, which do you think you would be leaning towards?
I probably want to go for a PIP.
Cool. So I tell you what I do, man. If you want to do this and you're as confident as I know you are, I'm going to hook you up with a little something. We could either do the PIP straight up, or what I could do is literally just cut it in half for you. I do $3,400 a day. I'd give you 90 days to pay out the second $3,400. That gives you plenty of time to get in more clientele, feel more confident than what you already are, establish a business, and then pay that thing off in 90 days.
Like I said, initially, like I said, I'm 50-50 on it. Like I just wanted to know the prices, just kind of so I have like an idea of it. But you can't close me on it today. I wouldn't allow myself to be closed on it today. I'd have to like sit and actually like think about it.
Cool.
But no, you guys definitely have a lot to offer. Like, definitely have my attention. Definitely better than a couple other phone calls I've had, without a doubt. Like,
I'm gonna show you something else really quick, okay? So this is gonna even sweeten the deal even more. A lot of companies have money back guarantees, and everyone's got that shit. We got that, plus we guarantee you're gonna make a specific amount. The first one is a 90-day guarantee. If you don't hit an 8K month in your first 90 days, 25% of your contract will be refunded. Now, terms and conditions are, you got to attend your game planning call, attend 6 one-on-one calls in your first 90 days, 12 group calls in your first 90 days, complete the actions how to get your first client in 21 days module and all the actions associated. No late payments, charge at least $300 for services, and 50% of your course material completed. Pretty basic stuff. If you do that, we're guaranteeing you in month 1, 2, or 3, you'll hit an 8K month. Okay. Second one is investment guarantee. Make 3 times your investment back in your enrollment term or get your money back. Terms and conditions are pretty similar, besides you have to complete 100% of your course material, attend 1 group support call each week, 1 coaching support call, 2 private one-on-one coaching support calls each month, no late payments, and charge at least the bare minimum suggested prices. Again, you do that, you show up, you use our resources, we guarantee you'll make over $27,500 at the end of 6 months. There's no one in the industry that has those type of guarantees.
At all. Like, that's a fact.
Nobody. So I totally get that no one wants to be closed, and this is not even what it's about. But my question to you is, if you're as confident as you say you are, right, and this does line up and has everything that you need, what would be the hesitation besides holding yourself back from getting there a lot faster?
The hesitation is, I wouldn't call it hesitation. It's more so patience. It's just like, if I'm gonna commit to something, I wanted it to be like a conscious decision, not like ooh, kid in the candy store, like, oh, all this sounds good, but like I feel like I said, I'm only like 2-3 weeks in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I at least want to, like, same thing with the gym, right? I want to have a better understanding of how things work, what works best for me, before I try to commit and like essentially like sell my soul to something. And I'm not saying that that's what I would do here, but like it's just that same like feeling of like I don't want to just jump into it. I'll put it in a client perspective, right? So like me personally, I would never want someone to just buy training with me and then like feel like they're being forced to do it or some shit like that, and then they just like opt out of it. Now I'm just like asked out of a client, right? I would rather like pitch, give them that opportunity to let it like resonate, let it sink in, and then really let them make that decision to commit to me, because it's something that I want long term, not short term, a month or two, and then they just kind of like dip off. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wouldn't want that same concept with this. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I see it, I love it, I get into it, and it's like. Or you know what I'm saying, then I'm making these excuses and then I'm not like giving it my 110%, and that's just not my thing. That's not my thing. So like I'll definitely, like I said, this is better than any of the other ones that I've had. Like where we like get on the phone calls and like give me like the spiel on the things they have to offer. Like this is definitely different, without a doubt.
So let me ask you a question as a trainer. Okay, so let's pretend a client comes to you, right, and they're like, Jay, like, I know your program has everything I need. I know I got these health conditions. I know this is what I should be doing to get me to where I need to be health-wise in a much faster predicament, or with this injury, right? I know that with your help, I can get there a lot faster. I'm just not 100% sure that I really want to move forward right now, despite knowing my health conditions. What would you say to that individual?
I'd I tell them just straight up, I'd be like, look, man, like I'm not here to force your hand into doing something that you don't want to do. Like if it's something that you want to do, like really take the time to and think about it. You know, like clearly if they don't have the time or like it's like a life or death type thing, then that's a completely different story. But like realistically, you know, like if it's not something that you're gonna commit to, because that's what it is. It's I'm not giving you like a 21-day meal prep program, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you change your life. It's a lifestyle. So if this is something that you want to commit to, like you really have to like take the time and figure out if this is what you want. And that's how I talk to all my clients, you know, like I told you before, like I don't want to make anyone feel like, yes, I want it there to be some type of urgency to work with me. I want there to be like, yes, I do have value for you, but I want it to be something that you, after being given the information, come to me for about it afterwards, rather than me like reeling you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like
get it.
I'm yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I would take you to the water, but at the end of the day, like if you don't drink initially after I take you to the lake, like I'll just walk away. And if I come back at some point in time and then you're ready to drink the water, cool, by all means, let's do it. But I'm not the type to kind of like be like, come on, you got it, and then just like drown you in it, you know. But like so like that's just how I operate though. That for me, that's where I'm finding success and just kind of like taking my time and allowing people to come to me with it. That way it's like there's no discrepancy of like, all right, cool, like this is non-negotiable, this is non-negotiable. Here's my pricing, non-negotiable, non-negotiable. And there's no questions after that, because it's like it's a mutual decision on both ends. Like, okay, you're gonna commit to this. Here's what I have for you. Boom. Versus like, I feel like I don't want to have to always like battle with you to like get something done. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I operate, and I like treat myself in that same manner. So like, if it's something like this where it's like I'm beyond interested, like I like this, and then there is a lot to offer, and I see the value. I promise, I see the value. But it would honestly be something that I would have to like sit and really take the time to think about. Like, yeah, there's a couple things that I would have to like sit and really like kind of like digest, and then really like be like, okay, cool, like that is something that I would want to do, or maybe I want to wait a little bit on that, or maybe it's just not the right time for me, or whatever the conclusion would be after like having to digest everything. So
Yeah, dude, 100%. I get that. I was in the same boat as you. I was a trainer just like you, man. So I get it. 100%. I don't want to feel like I'm pulling your head underwater and then making you gag on the shit, right? But then,
no, that's not the case. Like I hear you. Like I get it. I like I said, like you're not. No, you're on fire. Like, you're killing the shit for sure, without a doubt.
no, my question though, and I'm totally cool with us not moving forward. I'm just kind of picking your brain a little bit. Usually though, when someone says, "Hey, I got to sit on it, I got to think about it," it's usually one of a few things. Okay, one, they might not 100% trust me on what I showed them. Hopefully that wouldn't be the case, because I'm only showing you factual information, right? Two, they're not 100% sold that this program is going to get them the results that they're looking for. Three, they're not 100% sold that they can be fully committed to the program, like get them to do the work on their own. And then four is a financial thing. So out of those four, which do you think most resonates with you?
I would have to say the one that really resonates would probably be the commitment thing, right? Because I guess that's more of like an internal battle for me, right? Like for where I've already, from the little bit of time I have here, from like the little bit of success that I have and the things that I already have planned, and kind of just like how I want things to go to fit within my current lifestyle, versus kind of like how I see the value in what it is that you guys have to offer, and the route that would also take me. Those are two different routes from like where I'm currently planning on going versus where you guys would inevitably take me. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
in order for me to be successful down the path that you guys have for me, there is a structured path that must be followed, versus like the path that I have for me. It kind of just fits within my lifestyle, and that is going to allow me to kind of like have, I guess, more control over things that I have. Like it's not a financial thing. Like I collect more payments next week. I'll fucking pay for that shit if I really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? That's not an issue.
Yeah.
But it's more so that like I there are just some things that I have to digest. And if it's something that I want to commit to, then there are changes that have to be made before I commit to that. You see what I'm saying? Or if it's not something that I want to commit to, then I wouldn't want to be all in, balls to the wall, and then it's like, fuck, like I genuinely can't do this, or I feel like I'm not going to be able to commit to this because I have all this other X, Y, and Z that I'm trying to like, loose ends, and I'm trying to make sure aren't going to bite me in the ass later. So
Yeah.
I just have a lot like on the plate. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I literally just finished my last week at the gym, right? I'm second week into my online training and stuff like that. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to get, like, I'm trying to let some dust settle, get everything lined up before I really just start jumping into shit. But like, I want to get all the information that I need, get as much knowledge that I need, and so on the things that I potentials, or how do I say, like, I just want to make sure that like everything that I need is in order before I commit to something new, right? Because I'm just in the middle of a transition and I'm building things, and I don't want my foundation to crumble beneath me because like I'm moving too fast. So like I said, you're killing this shit, man. Like if anything, like if I was maybe like another month in, or like it was June or July, or I just finished my competition or some shit like that, like yeah, I'd be fucking sold. I'd be like, cool, sign me up. You know what I'm saying? But that's like me being like 2 or 3 months in, everything's already set up and aligned how I need it to be for me to move forward with something like that. But the most like responsible thing for me to do right now is to just digest it without having to commit to it. So that's just the honest truth of that.
No, man, I greatly appreciate your transparency. Would it help you if you got to speak to another student who was kind of in the same boat, was an in-person trainer? Like you get to speak to someone was a student just like me and you are, right? But they got a 7-figure business. Like they show you. So I get what you're saying because you're new to this and you want to digest certain things. My question to you, and again, I'm fully understanding that we're not moving forward. So I'm just picking your head. So I'm not even trying to push for anything. I'm just wanting clarification. I want to give you some ideas as well. If you can get to Justin 2.0 much more faster and efficient, and you already know that you have some different paths that you're going, but we're essentially going down the same path. We're just showing you multitude of ways to get there versus only one that you know of right now. So my question is, being a top level trainer in the California area with a shit ton of opportunities, outside of that, what would want to hold you back from your knowing that it's not just you having to figure it out. You have someone that you had mentioned that you wanted this battle test that's going to take you there to the promised land. So these people have already been there. In order to be a coach with us, you had to complete both certified mastery level. That's like a prerequisite. So the people that you get connected with, it's not just me, it's a girl, a guy, whoever that's hit 6-7 figures and it's battle test and has a sustainable, thriving business. So my question is, if we're new and you're hungry, why wouldn't you take it to that next level at a much more faster rate than just trying to figure it out on your own? Because essentially you're just holding yourself back from true level of greatness.
I hear you. I mean, like, I think it'd be cool to like have someone who's like battle tested, for lack of a better term, you know, someone with that kind of experience, you know, to be like a mentor to like guide me. But right now, in this very moment, it'd be a hard pass.
It's all good, man. Regardless, would you want to speak to an individual? They're not going to try to sell you. It's just for you to like grill them. You can ask them as many questions as you like. If you're not, no big deal. But at least that gives you another piece of value that you can hear more information from someone else that's did it. And maybe you can pick their mind on how they did it. At least get it maybe a couple additional steps there. If not, it's no big deal. If not, I'll just follow up with you. We'll stay in touch. I mean, you're a cool dude, man. So I'd love to hear about how your powerlifting meet went, right? Like I'm a men's IPE pro, so I got my professional card, men's bodybuilding, back in several years ago. 2019 is when I got my pro card. So yeah, so I got some skin in the game, man. I know what I'm doing, right? So I'd definitely like to hear about how you handled your competition here shortly. But more importantly, man, like if there's to a point to where you're like, you know what, I have been sitting on it. I think I'm ready to take that next step. I can at least walk us through there. And on the back end, I can try to see if I can help, you know, continuously work some things out in your favor.
Okay.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch for sure.
All right, my man. If you have any questions, that's my specific number. It's not like a random business number. That's my specific number. So go ahead and feel free to reach out to me at any time. If you have questions or concerns, we'll get you set up. Cool?
All right, boss.
All right, man. Hey, you have a phenomenal Friday. Hey, happy early birthday, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. You have a good weekend.
All right, man. Have a good one.